In nature, even predators have rivals. The king cobra, fast, precise, and highly venomous, often encounters powerful snakes such as pythons and other dangerous opponents. What begins as a silent encounter can quickly turn into a tense confrontation where instinct and timing decide everything. A single mistake is enough. Step into these hidden snake encounters captured on camera.
Wow.
In a confined space, a king cobra quietly moves closer to a small carpet python. Both bodies pause for a moment, assessing each other. As the carpet python turns to retreat, the king cobra immediately lunges forward and secures the front part of its body. The precise approach leaves the prey unable to react effectively. King cobras can raise up to 1/3 of their body length, increasing their reach during an attack. As movement gradually slows, it locates the head and begins swallowing. In a restricted space, precision determines the entire outcome. The scene shifts to another encounter where two similarly sized snakes face each other directly. A Malayan crate initiates the approach, seeking an opportunity to strike, but is immediately countered as a sunbeam snake quickly coils and locks onto its head. Their bodies twist tightly into a living knot that is difficult to separate. The crate attempts to reposition its head to strike, but is limited by the hold. The sunbeam maintains control while searching for a way out, avoiding unnecessary pressure. Some non-venomous snakes, like sunbeams, rely on muscle control and head positioning for effective defense. After a tense struggle, the sunbeam loosens its grip and uses the moment to withdraw. The encounter ends without a clear winner. Sometimes retreat is the safest strategy. A different type of confrontation emerges between two cobras within the same territory. As they meet, both immediately engage, coiling around each other. One attempts to control the lower jaw of the other to limit response. They twist and roll, trying to break free from each other's hold. At one point, their jaws become entangled, complicating the situation further. Cobras often engage in territorial conflicts, using body control rather than immediate strikes. The struggle continues without a clear result. Not all encounters end quickly in the wild. The story moves into a dry region where an inland taipan follows the scent of prey. A mulga snake detects the trail and follows closely. As the taipan enters a rodent burrow, the mulga snake follows into the confined space. Inside, the close distance leads to a quick and decisive encounter. The mulga snake gains control and drags the prey outside for better conditions. Mulga snakes have a well-developed sense of smell, allowing them to track prey effectively in arid environments. Once stable, it begins feeding at a steady pace. The scene shifts again as a ring-necked snake quietly approaches the neck of a king snake. Once close enough, it secures a precise hold on a critical point, slowing the king snake's reaction. Attempts to break free fail to create enough space. The ring-neck snake maintains its position and gradually controls the opponent's body axis. Ring-neck snakes target the neck area to affect movement and response in opponents. As movement weakens, it adjusts its jaws and begins feeding. Positioning can change the outcome in seconds. The next encounter brings two different strategies into direct conflict. A king cobra initiates an attack on a python. The python immediately responds by wrapping its body tightly around the attacker's head. With each breath, the pressure increases. The king cobra attempts to escape, but its movement becomes restricted. Pythons do not use venom, but possess powerful muscular constriction, capable of disrupting circulation. The struggle continues until one side begins to weaken. When opposing strategies collide, the outcome becomes unpredictable. The pace increases as a king snake has already secured the head of a rattlesnake. Without rushing, it adjusts its position, maintaining control over the vulnerable point before transitioning into feeding behavior. The rattlesnake attempts to respond, but its head is restrained, limiting all movement. The king snake begins swallowing slowly, its body moving in coordinated rhythm. It then pulls the prey into nearby grass to avoid disturbance. King snakes are known for their resistance to the venom of many snakes, and often prey on other snakes as a primary food source. The entire process unfolds with remarkable patience. In the snake world, precision outweighs speed. High on tree branches, a small cobra observes movement below using elevation to detect prey. Once it identifies an olive water snake, it quickly descends and transitions into an approach. prey senses danger and attempts to escape toward water. However, the distance has already closed, and the cobra strikes at the right moment. After securing control, it stabilizes its position before beginning to feed. Cobras can raise the front part of their body to improve visual detection of prey. The hunt concludes efficiently. From the burrow, the scene shifts to a bush, where a puff adder encounters a Cape cobra.
Little one, very venomous.
The cobra immediately moves in to control the situation. The puff adder attempts to create distance, but is held in place. Their similar size creates a brief balance in the struggle. However, the cobra's initiative allows it to maintain control. Puff adders rely on camouflage and quick strikes, but close pressure limits their ability to escape. The situation gradually shifts toward the more controlled predator. Timing becomes more important than raw strength.
I didn't go smoking with each other.
Another pursuit unfolds as a banded crate closes in on a Russell's viper, attempting to leave the area. The crate accelerates and secures the body, leaving no space for escape. The viper reacts strongly, but cannot break the hold. Both adjust their positions continuously during the struggle. The crate gradually moves its jaws toward the head to transition into feeding. Banded crates have flexible jaws that allow them to adjust their hold during movement. Once control is complete, it begins feeding steadily. Persistence becomes the key to ending movement. Inside a confined enclosure, a king cobra quickly attacks a rat snake. Without hesitation, it closes in before the prey can orient itself. The limited space leaves the rat snake with no escape route. Within seconds, the king cobra gains full control. Weak resistance makes no difference against the overwhelming advantage. King cobras have flexible jaws that allow them to swallow prey nearly as long as their body. As movement stops, it begins feeding steadily. In confined environments, decision speed determines the outcome. Not every encounter involves hunting. In a forest, two adult king cobras meet and immediately raise their bodies to assess each other. After a few tense seconds, they engage, attempting to force each other's head down. Their bodies coil tightly in a prolonged test of strength. Conflicts between king cobras are primarily for territorial control and dominance, not for predation. As energy declines, one begins to retreat. The other remains and holds the territory. Knowing when to stop can also be a form of victory. Nature is full of unpredictable encounters. Even the most dangerous predators face rivals that push them to their limits. Some confrontations end quickly, while others become prolonged struggles. These moments reveal how uncertain life in the wild can be. Survival depends on instinct, timing, and adaptation.